I'm Stephanie Kakris and welcome to day 14 of my Manifesting 101 series. Today we're going to be talking about how good you are at receiving. So in previous videos we've talked about the law of attraction and how the law of attraction is based on that in the future there's a field of infinite possibilities. So anything can happen at any time, can just turn up like a miracle, like unexplained. You know, things can turn around really quickly. And everything that we desire is in that field of infinite possibility. And some people call it that quantum field. The only thing that stops it from turning up from us is our resistance to allowing it to come into our lives, to actually happen, I guess. Or, you know, if it's a material thing like a new car or money or a job or something like that, it's actually there, right? Or a partner, a new partner, it's actually there ready and waiting, and it's out there waiting for us to become into vibrational alignment with it so that we can allow the reality to occur into our lives. A lot of people are not so good at receiving, in my experience. So when people are given a gift, if it's too much, they might say, oh no, this is too much, or they just don't feel comfortable receiving a gift. If some money came out of nowhere, and you know, the statistics about people winning Tats Lotto are that most people actually end up in a worse financial position some years down the track after winning Tats Lotto than they were beforehand. And I would argue that that's because of a lack of willingness to receive, and receive with grace. When we're growing up, we're taught, and mostly at school but also in our culture, that giving and receiving, is conditional on us doing something. So we receive because we've put in a good effort, or because we've achieved a good result, or and then as we go older we receive money because we've worked hard. And I would like to just change that around and say that I believe that we're actually deserving of all things good simply because we exist, because we're a child of God, we're all part of the universe. We came along in this lifetime to learn how to connect with that source energy, and when we're connected with that source energy, we are open to receiving all the levels of abundance and everything that we could possibly desire, just because we are. Not because we've done something good for it, not because we've earned it, not because we've been a good person, just because we exist. And that's something that, I still struggle with, and it took me a long time to get my head around, but I think I'm getting better at it. And if you observe very small children, if you give them a gift, they receive it with joy and with excitement. And they don't say, if you tell them they look beautiful, they say, yes, I am beautiful. And, it's the same in receiving compliments. If I give someone a compliment, most people will deflect the compliment in some way rather than just smiling and saying thank you. So if I say to someone, oh, I love your top, it looks really great, that colour looks really great, it really suits you, then often that person will say, oh yes, but it's a shame that I haven't brushed my hair, or it's a shame about my pants that don't match, or they'll try and deflect that compliment rather than receiving it with grace and smiling and saying thank you. So I'd like to set you a challenge. So yesterday we talked about asking, and it's really important to learn to ask with no attachment to whether they'll actually say yes or not. But then the next step of that is to actually learn to ask, and then if they say yes, to actually be able to receive that with grace. So if you ask someone to make you a cup of tea and they say yes, and you say thank you very much without feeling guilty or without that negative feeling of, oh, I could have made it myself, or I was putting that person out, or whatever, but to just really feel the joy in our heart of you putting yourself, not putting yourself first, but honouring yourself, so that you actually feel good about about asking, feeling worthy, and receiving. And a beautiful affirmation that I would encourage everyone to have on their bedside table or somewhere on the bathroom mirror or something like that. I am worthy to receive simply because I exist. Or just I am worthy to receive. And just see how that feels. See how that feels. It's all about opening your heart, connecting with the source energy, letting go of all those criticisms and all the negative beliefs that we have about ourselves, and we're not worthy and we don't deserve it, and the self-doubt and all that kind of stuff, which are all just thoughts. None of them are actually real. And have a go and just see, and also notice when we're receiving things. So the other thing that I wanted to say was that we actually notice when things go badly in our lives, but we don't really talk about and notice when things are going well. So talk about when something went really well for you, when something turned up for you, and don't be shy about that. And if you don't feel like you can talk about that to someone that you know, find someone else to talk about that. Yeah, I'd love you to like my Facebook page, Stephanie Kakris, Inspire, Believe, Create. And thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again tomorrow. Bye for now.